Okay, guys, so I know it's been quite a while since I talked about my actual cabinet and any kind of updates or upgrades I'm, doing to that, and for the most part, I really didn't have any plans to do much, but because you can see, I got it nicely kitted out, but yeah, I'm gonna do a couple things, some big updates I've been waiting to do for a long time, and I'm finally gonna get around to doing them. So one is, well, this plunger here is kind of like my own kind of a homemade jobby, and it works fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But you can hear if you listen, it's because all I've got I've got it loosely mounted inside. And I just have this is just a washer. It's that's kind of held in place there, and so it keeps rubbing on that, and it's not a proper mount and everything else, and it's kind of like a rough pull. So I wanted to get a real proper plunger mount for a long time and a whole plunger assembly. So I'm going to be doing that. And a few other things I'm going to be doing that I'll show you about. But yeah, let's let's go upstairs and take a look at all my lovely goodies that just came in the mail. And let's take a look. Yes, this is how you know your wife is not home, when you have stuff like this all over the kitchen table. Alright, so whole bunch of stuff on here. One that I wish I would have known about and done from the very beginning is installing this little beauty here. This is the KL25Z. This is basically what you can use combined with Pinscape software that MJR created. This can be almost everything you need in your cab. Like, this will be your, well, basically all of your controls are done through here. Your plunger with a potentiometer can go through there. You can use it to control a lot of DOF devices like lights and your shaker and all sorts of other stuff. Now you need extra circuitry to go along with it, but and I'm mainly just using it for my controls more than anything, and also for you can use the accelerometer built in for like nudging and other things like that. So I've been wanting to get that for a long time, because that's going to be replacing my hacked up Xbox controller. And I'm going to be using this strictly for pinball controls, and then I'm going to have only one player in the cabinet instead of two, because really I'm the only one who usually plays it anyway. So, it's kind of crowded to have two player controls on there. So I just want to have, two sticks, one player controls, nice and simple and clean, and, maybe do some funky other stuff, but that's going to be in the future. And other thing I got was the actual full, as you can see here, the full plunger assembly. Now I got all this stuff from Pinball Life, and they were out of black, so I just got the translucent red. But, it'll match the cab nicely. So, finally got that, and got myself a full tilt bob assembly. So that way, that will be used to trigger a full actual tilt to VPX or any other game, I guess. This will be doing the accelerometers will be doing the nudging, but then this will register the actual, warning for a tilt. So that's why I'm using that. And if a little bug in VPX, if you have two controllers hooked up, well, the second controller will never ever register a tilt action. You can nudge away all you want, but you'll never get it to actually tilt with a second controller plugged in. And in my case, I'm going to have at least two controllers plugged in, so it might be an issue using that with my other controller in the cab. So at least with that and that, I'll get nudging and I'll get tilt. So that covers all that. And I got a few extra parts for the plunger here, like a barrel spring and the E-clip and the sleeves. And I got a green spring because that was kind of recommended over the standard one. So we'll see, which one I wind up liking better. And what else is it? Oh, yes. This is the big boy right here. Yeah, I've been wanting to get one for so long, and I finally got off my butt and did it. So got myself a real shaker. Yeah, you could do some do-it-yourself ones for cheap and all that, but this is one thing I just don't want to screw around with it. I just want the real deal, and I just want it done, and everything's ready to go. I just gotta get it all mounted in nicely. You can see here, look at that, it's heavy too. That sucker. So and it's actually a Sam shaker. I mean, Sam and Spike, they were both the same price, but this one came with an extra board, and so I don't know if I'm going to wind up using this or not, but I might wind up using that board. But so I'm going to have that most likely going to my LED Wiz using one of these, which is an H bridge. I know that's an older way of doing it, but it certainly works. You can also get this to control the shaker. but I don't have, you know, well, it may work with this. I don't know. I'll have to play around and see if that'll work, but most likely this would have to use like some kind of other MOSFET board to make it work, you know. But with what I have right now, I'll see what I can do and see how that works out. So yeah, that's all the big toys I'm finally putting into the cab. I put it off for way too long, so I'm going to be ripping her apart. So yeah, so if you don't see any videos for a while, that's most likely the reason why. You know, some big updates, and I'm also going to have to, well, let's just say I'll probably have to do some insulating, or not insulating, sorry, some maybe adding some extra padding or rubber or something like that, you know, because my TV just rests inside of there. It's actually not like held in or mounted in, you know, so I might have to figure out a way to get everything really nice and secure, and then, you know, just add little bits of, who knows, like a rubber or something around parts of that, and then maybe some of the stuff on the inside and all that, because my plan is, like I said before, to have just 2 sticks and 1 set of controls. You know, second player is going to be completely gone. So the Pinscape will do all the pinball buttons, the plunger, and then the 2 sticks and the buttons will be off of my hacked up Xbox 360 gamepad. You know, and that'll work out really nicely, I think. And I might get to changeable, like 4 to 8-way sticks, you know, because I'm not going to have 3. I'm only going to have 2. So lots of stuff I got to figure out. And yeah, so I'm going to be a busy boy for a while, so yeah. Once I get done through this stuff, then, you know, maybe I'll get back to doing some more pup packs or DOF links or who knows what else, you know, constantly busy, you know, while I'm at home, because sometimes with my job, I'm gone for weeks or months at a time, so, yep, so just, I don't know, maybe I'll do some work in progress videos along the way, so you can see, you know, how lovely and messy the inside of my cab is, you know, it's not horrifically bad, but yeah, I would have built this thing differently for sure from the, you know, if I started over, this thing would have been very different, you know, and I would have been a lot smarter and been able to build things a little more wiser, you know, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. So stay tuned to the channel, and maybe I'll post some work in progress videos. So see you then.